Welcome back to the Pathway to Prayer. This week, believe it or not, we are in the final section of kind of our journey together through this Pathway Guide, and we're exploring Psalm 19. But I really hope for you that kind of through these last few weeks, as you've watched these videos, read these Psalms, kind of worked through this book, however you've been kind of sharing in this journey, that it's really been a meaningful step for you in what it's like to just be honest to God, to just talk to Him about the real things that are going on in your head, in your life, in your heart. And I want that journey to continue. And so I know that even as we look at these Psalms, if you've enjoyed this, there's 8 that we've looked at in the last 7 weeks, but there are 142 more. And so whether it's through the Psalms or something else, maybe you want to give us a call and just connect. I know that there are a lot of questions that could still be unanswered. A lot of specific prayers that you may still be struggling with, thinking about, excited for. And so I just invite you to reach out to me or to John Kirby or to Tammy. We would love to get to know you more, get to have that conversation with you as we continue to share this journey going forward. And so as we explore Psalm 19 today, I think one of the things that I found most, I guess I'll say exciting about this Psalm is how it offers us some things that can help us ourselves continue to dig into a relationship with God like that. Let me show you what I mean. Page 50, question number 2 asks, what does David describe in Psalm 19 that helped him to find God and know God better? Because isn't that what I would want? Isn't that why I'm praying? Why would I talk to God in the first place? It's because there's things going on in my life that if He is who He says He is, I would love to know that He was with me for those things. Right? And so I want to get to know Him better. And so I love the way that David outlines this in Psalm 19, because he basically brings out 2 things, creation and God's Word. And he spends the first few verses really on that picture of nature. He says, the heavens declare the glory of God. The firmament shows His handiwork. Day unto day utters speech. Night unto night reveals knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line has gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them He has set a tabernacle for the sun, which is like a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoices like a strong man to run its race. Its rising is from one end of heaven, and its circuit to the other end, and there is nothing hidden from its heat. I love these verses because it gives us this picture of the vastness of the universe that God has created. And yet you and I know, if you were here all the way back at section 1, the same God that spread out billions of stars also carefully, fearfully, and wonderfully crafted you in the palm of His hand. And one of the ways that we really get to know God is by looking at His creation. I love a good sunset. I love a good sunrise. I had a short time in my life where I actually lived in a house on top of a hill, and every morning I could look out the front windows and watch the sun rise over these hills, and then look out the back door at the end of the day and watch the sun set again. And it's strange because it happens every day, but unless we stop to take it in, we don't realize how magnificent it is. And I think it's a little bit like that in our relationship with God. He's there all the time, but sometimes we just need to stop and appreciate it. Because if you've ever seen a beautiful sunrise, a beautiful sunset, you actually have something in common with God, because He thinks those are beautiful too. And He loves to share them with us. And that can be a moment where we just sit and reflect on who He is. And so maybe today, as we just have begun to explore Psalm 19, maybe you just take a minute, even just right after this video, to just say a short prayer thanking God for something that you love in nature. The song of a bird, a sunset, the sound of rain, or the smell when it's over. And just share that and enjoy that with God. And we'll see you next time.